Alright, we should be alive. So, Fall, you go ahead and go to Biscuit Hat stream and make sure you can hear us, actually.
Let's see.
Yeah. So, then a second. I don't really think it matters because this is a fresh.
Oh, no, we're good. We're good.
Okay, we're audible. Okay, perfect. Alright. Nice. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Game 2, Biscuit Force 5 versus Landon and the Old Guys. Unfortunately, Game 1 was played off stream, which means we're just coming in right now, and I'm going to check our pro draft because, yeah, we are getting right into the thick of things right now. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hello, there we are. That should be the correct one. Perfect. Biscuit Force 5 starting off with the Anivia ban, as I have not even gotten time to announce the casters or anything at all today. But anyway, hello everyone. It's gonna be me, your boy Vitadistadiesis, on both play-by-play and stream duty this game, and with me in the color casting slot, it's gonna be my man's Rafal. What's going on, dude?
Hello. It is I. I am joining you for this stream on a wonderful evening.
Yes, what a wonderful evening it is indeed. And Biscuit Force 5 banning the Anivia and the Jarvan away, and the Malphite as well, and landing the old guys taking away Renekton and Kled.
Indeed, I'm still slowly kind of processing who is on either team, just so I know what's going on here. The Renekton and Kled definitely they are clearly looking to ban out Necro Guy, who is a very experienced Renekton player. So looks like
Oh
Brandon
man.
the old guy's big plan here is to just ban him out of top lane.
Yeah, this man gets triple banned round one. I mean, it seems pretty likely. I don't necessarily think they have a lot of good matchups they can take into him in top lane, and generally the best they can do top lane is likely going to be something picked out of Ganwian, but a lot of Necroguy's champions just do well into a lot of Ganwian's champ pool, and especially with the Malphite being gone, that removes his option for a safe lane as well, and speaking of which, Biscuit Force 5 taking little priority towards Ganwian by removing both the Anivia and the Malphite from play. And also, Sluggoslash's Jarvan has been a straight terror throughout most of this season, so that's also a good ban.
Yeah, indeed. We see the Malzahar being picked. Most likely, I would assume for the Torpedo and the Nautilus being picked, not only to put it onto a player on Landon's and the old guys, but also to take it away from Biscuit Hat. It is one of his better champs in the support position. So, pretty smart pickup there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one. And the nice part is, Nautilus into Morgana is normally pretty scary, but you can almost be rest assured that the Morgana is going to find its hands into Rob in the mid lane instead of Biscuit Hat in the bottom lane. Although I would not be surprised if seeing the Nautilus pick up, they would throw it on Biscuit Hat. I'm not sure how much experience he has on that champion, so if he's not feeling confident in that, then maybe it's not that much of an option. And it seems the Tarek pick confirms our intuition that Rob will be taking the Morgana mid, and Biscuit Hat now has the Tarek into the Nautilus this game.
Yeah, it is interesting because it seems like they're drafting, from the looks of it, to have someone like a diver for Necroguide. But with the Renekton and Kled ban, I'm curious who they're going to pick to really complement that Tarek ult.
Yeah, they have opportunity to ban out even more of Necroguy's champion pool right here, and the Nunu pickup actually from Land on the Old Guys is actually a very big one, as Happy by 3 has shown a lot of proficiency on Nunu throughout this season, and in addition to that, Nunu has been Sluggoslash's go-to when the Jarvan's been taken away, going, in the later parts of the season. And in fact, Land on the Old Guys actually just throwing more bans top lane, saying, screw it, just ban out Necro Guy until we can ban him no longer. So far, he's drawn 4 out of the 5 bans, and yeah, I feel like he's got the Juice Me Daddy factor going on this game. Can we see ban number 5? Oh god.
Ooh. Yeah, Land and the old guy's clearly going for a strategy of just banning out preferred champs, while Biscuit's Hat's team is just straight up picking strong meta picks, particularly with meta picks in the PMA LCS, seeing the Morgana and the Sivir, two of the most powerful champs in the league, historically, having been picked by them. So it is interesting that they've gotten power picks for the bottom half of the map, but the upper half has just gotten it's running dry with these with these bans and the pick on the Nunu.
I'll be honest, dry is an understatement. Things looking like the desert about 50 miles east of Las Vegas, because 8 out of the 10 bans this game have been targeted towards top lane. And the one thing that has not been planned for him, though, is Guy Fieri is probably going to be taking the Gnar top lane. The nice part about landing the old
Yes,
guys is they have
definitely.
so many flex options. So even though they have 8 top laners total gone from the game, there's so many people on that team that they share a different champion pool, and no one on their team really plays Necro Guy's champion pool, so they're safe to ban that. Oh my god!
It appears they are going that far in the champion pool, something that definitely does
Legendary.
not fit in team comp here. I mean, I am hoping that they pick some sort of diving champion for Happy by 3. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute. I know what this is. It's the Happy by 3 Tarek Jungle. How did I miss that?
Are you serious?
Yes, he played it last week and he
This does make a
actually
lot of
popped
sense
off.
considering Biscuit had one of his favorite support champions is the Leona, which now does kind of give us the diver that we want, while Teemo can split push on the side and can definitely counter the Gnar with Blinding Dart. While that Shaco is picked up on the side of Lana and the old guys.
That's actually Vel'Koz.
That is a Vel'Koz. That is a Vel'Koz.
So it looks like we are going to be running some AP bot lanes this game.
Wait, Vel'Koz meaning that the bot lane for Lana and the old guys will be
It's either Malzahar, Nautilus,
Vel'Koz
or
Nautilus?
Vel'Koz Nautilus, yeah.
Very interesting.
I would half suspect the Vel'Koz would go mid. I think that would have the better matchup into Morgana, especially you can max the W, wave clear that lane out, and basically nobody gets to play the game, but when Morgana's locked in, nobody gets to play the game anyway, so who really cares? But
Definitely.
also, the Torpedo has seen a lot of play bot lane this game, and I feel like, it's game 2. They're on the ropes. This is the season, and this is the season closer right here, and they want to pick up a win in this series, especially retain hold of that second place is going to feel really nice, because right now it is 4-4. Biscuit Force 5 sitting at third place, 4-4 in the standings. Land and the old guys sitting just one win above them, 5-3. So bust into that champion pool. Bust out the Torpedo's signature Malzahar. Haven't seen him on that champion a lot this split, but he's been renowned for it in the past, either famously or infamously. But yeah.
Yeah, something I'm definitely a little bit curious about is, does Biscuit Force 5 have a like, how do I put this? Until they get a couple items on the Morgana and the Sivir, it looks like Biscuit Force 5 are just going to be consistently pushed in until they get a couple items on those champions. Because I mean, the Taric, obviously it's a jungle, but it's a pretty slow moving champion. The Teemo itself doesn't have a lot of wave clear. Morgana might just go trying to out wave clear the whoever ends up going mid lane against her. I'm curious to see how this comp kind of reaches their late game potential, especially with the odd addition of the Teemo when its role is going to be long term in the team comp. As if they reach a 5v5 team fight, if Teemo is not fed, what's his role going to be? Is he just stuck split pushing against Gnar, who will be wanting to be in the team fights?
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to see how this one plays out, specifically because Landon the old guys has probably the better tank line, like the Nautilus, Nunu, and Willem, and the Gnar, right there in the front line. That's looking like a better front line than just straight up Leona Taric, especially because it'll be a Taric jungle. Although depending on what the build is, usually what I'm used to seeing Happy by 3 going in the jungle is Cinderhulk into Righteous Glory, so it should be probably a little bit tankier on average than the Taric supports you're used to. Interestingly enough, though, Biscuit Force 5 does have a lot of DPS, and the Morgana Black Shield can help augment that Sivir and Teemo power, keeping them safe from the crowd control coming out from Landon and the old guys, especially with the Malzahar and the Nunu there. That Black Shield's going to be very helpful. Nautilus too, really. In fact, their whole team actually has a lot of things that Black Shield really helps them against. And the one thing that Landon and the old guys lacks is really some consistent team fight damage. I will say though that if I were to choose, any mage to cover up a lack of damage, Vel'Koz, not a bad choice. You got the true damage from the organic deconstruction stacks. You get the true damage on your ult after they after you get 3 stacks on them and use the ult on them. So I think both comps actually have options here, and it's likely going to come down to individual skill in this game.
Yeah, something that slightly worries me about Landon and the old guys compared to Biscuit Force 5 is that both uh, both teams are looking to protect their main damage providers. So Biscuit Force 5 has the Sivir, kind of the Morgana, depending on how they choose to play it. And I guess the Teemo, but again, I don't really know what its role is going to be. While Landon and the old guys has the Malzahar and the Vel'Koz. I'm just curious because it looks like Biscuit Force 5 has a lot more options to kind of reach the backline and pin down those big DPS champions, while Landon and the old guys, their only real main method to pick the backline Sivir would be a Nautilus ult, which can just be spell shielded.
Yeah, that's true. I also do like Biscuit Force 5 specific champion picks in the Land and the Old Guys comp because you have the DPS advantage, but the nice part is you have the Taric ult in combination with the Morgana Black Shield, and so the Black Shield is helpful enough to avoid crowd control, but it can only do so much. But that Cosmic Radiance is going to be very helpful to stuff the engage that comes out from Landon and the Old Guys. And that being said, I talked about Landon and the Old Guys. They lack the DPS. Teemo is probably much more of a DPS-oriented top laner than some of the top laners we're used to. So Biscuit Force 5, playing with probably, like 1.5, I'd say, sustained damage sources throughout a team fight if
Yeah.
Teemo's not splitting in his happy little wonderland in top lane. And, Landon and the old guys, they have Burst. That's pretty much it. Burst, pick. And Biscuit Force 5, they have DPS to sustain the fight. They have the Taric to stuff the engage. They have the Morgana to stuff the engage so none of them die. As long as they don't just get picked out or lose the ward control game, I see this game being relatively advantageous for Biscuit Force 5 when it goes late.
Yeah, what worries me about Landon and the old guys is that, like you said, they are mostly burst, and Biscuit Force 5 definitely has a team comp adept at stopping this burst. They have the Morgana Black Shield, they have the Sivir Shield, they have the big Taric ult. So if Landon and the old guys goes in, they might get a sick Nunu ult, a sick Gnar ult, a big Vel'Koz ult. If Biscuit Force 5 times their ults and spell shields correctly, they could just clean up the fight after that. As long as Sivir's left standing with a little bit of protection, I can't see Land the old guys really getting much DPS off after their ults are down.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of sketchy for them in that regard. And a quick update on the game. Torpedo has left the lobby. So,
Due to voice issues through Discord.
yeah, it doesn't seem like Discord's having the best time right now. And honestly, it could be just a little while before we get this game started up. So, if anyone needs to, get a drink of water or something like that, I don't know, get a beer or something. That would probably be a good time. I'll be honest. In fact, I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'll be right back.
Just to start drinking, so I can stay drunk when I wake up for work tomorrow.
That's the move.
Yeah,
I'll be back in a bit.
sounds good. Well, this is quite unfortunate timing because the torpedo has returned just in time. Most likely, I will tell them hit him with a big R, so the game will begin, and Vitatus will soon return and be able to change the overlay. This likely won't be too much of an issue. Yes, as we see that we are now in Champ Select. Again, we have seen the picks made on this screen here. We will soon return to see them completed, to see what summoner spells have been chosen. From the looks of it, nothing would really necessarily surprise me. I'm a little bit curious to see the... I was about to say the Shaco. The Shaco is actually a Vel'Koz, so ignore me on that one. I'm a little curious to see the second summoner spell on the Teemo, because he could choose to go teleport, or if he really wants to just lay in on this Gnar, he could take Ignite. So I'm a little curious to see what's going to happen there. But at the same time, that would leave only 2 Ignites, maybe not even one teleport, just depending on what Rob takes. But although I would assume that Rob will most likely take teleport on the Morgana. It will be interesting to see. to what picks are being chosen. At the same time, seeing what Landon the Old Guys puts in the bot lane
Who dares
will be.
defy my will?
I'm a little curious to see that. I know that the Torpedo has been has been practicing AD carry recently, but at the same time, even though he's on his comfort pick of Malzahar, will he choose to stay in the bot lane now that he's on his comfort, very comfortable mid pick for himself? I guess we will just have to wait and see. So I suppose that I will be quiet for a hot second as we get champions chosen. Vitalis will be here momentarily. Thank you all for tuning in at this quite late evening game. I know we all have work tomorrow, or many of us do. So I will BRB and be quiet for a second.
Alright, I'm back.
You returned seconds after I said I will BRB. So I have
Oh,
returned.
that's perfect. Oh my god, we were just in a lobby as I got back, and then someone left again.
What just happened?
Someone probably missed a ban or something like that.
Oh dear.
I honestly hate to see it.
Gentlemen, this is what we call a spaghetti. It appears that someone's client froze during champs like that. Is truly unfortunate.
You hate to see it. In words of Joe Biscuit Hatstorino.
All right, we have returned to champ select for the second time. Before you were here, I was mentioning that I'm wondering if Necro guy might go for the ballsy Teemo Ignite summoner spell instead of the teleport. If he really wants to just crush this top lane.
He could. Oh my god, here we go again. No, I'm not really concerned about bans and Drat, so hopefully his client's gonna be alive. I don't like where this one's going, man.
Who dares defy my will?
We could be trapped in lobby hell for all eternity.
See, if worse comes to worse, we could turn this into a blind pick match. Just have them pick their champions.
But then we can't pause.
Oh dear. Can we not pause if we make a custom either way?
It has to be tournament draft for a pause.
Huh, that's actually new to me. Whew. We're having some unfortunate experiences in this champ select.
Yeah, not the time to be alive, but you know what was the time to be alive? Last game where we both played a Nemesis draft.
That is true. That was indeed a time to be alive.
Got the debut of the AD Braum jungle. They let me whip it out on him, dude. Oh man. This chat's getting scary real quick. I'm glad I do not have client pulled up. Like honestly, I just don't even have a client screen. My stream setup right now, it's great.
It's honestly a good call because they're not missing anything.
Yeah.
Until we get into loading.
Really aren't missing much. Wonder. I'll have to update my stream sometime. Make another panel for a nice in-game transition because I don't think anyone wants to wants to watch the client. Honestly, like nobody cares. So while this match is getting sorted out, we are just gonna take a short stream break for now and just let them take care of this issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be keeping a steady eye on things, and once once they're in the game, spectator delay starts counting down. We'll be right back for this match. And hopefully we can get these issues resolved. We'll see you guys in a little bit. I hope. I'll put on a little music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone, quick update. You guys should go watch the Nova 5 versus Club Penguin game going on www.twitch.tv/PMALCS right now. Apparently Maya's trying to finally get the PMALCS and Udyr win, so yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Right now we have ETAs being asked for in chat. If we cannot get an ETA, it's likely that captains will try and postpone the match. So until that happens, we'll keep you guys updated. Oh, quote, Biscuit Hat, no postponing, we are playing tonight. So hopefully there'll be a game for us to watch at some point. See you guys soon, TM.
it down a little bit here, slowing it down. Club Penguin actually behind in gold right now. Ari, huge, 150 bounty right now. And just in general, that pick power. Down in farm, and but still up in gold by about 1,000 on his opponent. Everyone's slowing it down here. We're looking at these neutral objectives on the map. Towers are doing okay. We're seeing both the bottom and top tower from the side of Noble 5 are low. So, you know, they're doing a lot of brawling, a lot of dragon fighting.
War 2E matchup though, he's looks like he's scaling up into it a little bit to where Volibear isn't able to just do enough damage with his combo to deter War 2.
And Legends trying to just brawl this out right now. Talia's coming in with the
He's got
spooky
back
ghost
up.
as
He knows
well.
he's got the
JJ
glacier.
Bell forced to ult, but isn't able to do anything with it. Legends is just on top of him. The stun comes out as well. JJ Bell falls. Legends is kind of low as well, but Maya getting picked off by this OP as well. He managed to pull the Sejuani over with the pike, but then he eased back over. The Sejuani, or whatever the Sejuani is, throws Wurtui under the tower. We're looking at Chad Penguin now. He's using his ult to heal back up. He flashes forward, but Wurtui's just healing up with this gunblade. Chad Penguin, I don't think, really wants the rest of this fight. And uses his ultimate and just trying to clear this wave up and go back.
But he's got Nikali to back up, hopefully. Oh, no, Nikali opts to stay.
Nikali, being a manaless champion, is able to just sustain back up with his gunblade and keep pushing. Ops actually to leave here, half health. Coming back towards the mid lane, possibly looking at a flank. OP has to be very careful here, Slaga as well, and I think they're spotted out. Chad Penguin pings them off, absolutely.
Stay, dude. Nikali is coming.
And Legends managed to take that move up. Pretty significant,
TV coming
although...
out.
And that's a
Oh.
big flash from Legends, nice flash.
I think we have life, Rafal. I think we have life.
It's happening.
Oh, thank God. Long have we waited.
Game 2 activated.
Landon the old guy's overrated. Long as Biscuit Force 5 waited. They were just sandbagging the first couple weeks of the season,
Who
dude.
dares defy my will?
Good. You know, on a completely unrelated note, I really love mariachi music.
That was very entertaining.
Dude, nothing holds you through nothing holds you through like a dry spell like mariachi music. It's great. Oh yeah, I can. Oh yeah, hold on. I'm gonna remove this text now. Oh, it's gross. Alright. There we go. Goodbye.
We're back.
We are officially back. We apologize for the technical delays, everyone. Fellow brother was having trouble with his client for a good probably 10 plus minutes. So now you're finally back. Champion Select is going right now, so we should get into this game in probably less than 5 minutes right now.
It appears so. I'm very excited.
So, oh man, it's actually 10:47 right now, and I'm in Central Time.
Indeed.
And I have quartet at 9. I have quintet at 9 tomorrow morning, dude.
I have work at 7 a.m.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have to be up in 7 hours?
Ugh. Man, that reminds me of my last semester at college, dude. I'd go to bed at 2 o'clock, like 24/7, and then just complain all the time about why I'm so tired when I wake up at like 7:30 for quartet. Literally roll out of my bed, like no shower, no nothing, just hobble into quartet like 5 minutes before it starts in the morning after waking up at like 7:40 and driving over as fast as possible.
Goodness.
Like, I got really,
first of
really
many
solid at
foes.
optimizing my time. I could wake up at 7:50 and still make it to court's head on time at some points. But, oh man. Just the amount of bans thrown at top lane is absolutely staggering in this game.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's how he ended up with a Teemo pick.
Finally got it. Felt like there was one thing that was missing from PMA LCS this season.
Wait, what?
Let's see. Bison's asking you if you'd like for him to tag in.
You mean that the McCrispy is Rafal?
No, that's me.
Yeah, you're the McCrispy?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
I
Thought
would
that
not
dude
be
was a rando.
I would not be opposed to being tagged out. I would not be opposed to that proposition.
Alright, you heard the man, Sean. Get in here.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank
Yeah, dude,
you.
if you gotta wake up that early, you can go to bed.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I'll watch the game on my phone as I'll use your voices to put me to sleep.
The sultry sounds of
Not
John's
because you're
voice.
boring. You just sound really pretty, you know.
Oh, no, 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 no.
All
Trying
right,
to
have a good
update
night,
my
y'all.
trying to update my things while live. Genius technique. How you doing, John?
Doing pretty good. Just playing some ranked while I was listening to all the games. And
Yeah, you got to listen to Noah 5 versus Club Penguin on my stream because I was just had that.
I listened to the
tagged
first
in.
game of N5 and
If your gums bleed,
Club
you
Penguin.
brush or floss.
then I wanted to, when I saw this one was getting streamed, I wanted to see this one.
Yeah, then we had the lobby issues, so that'll do it.
Yeah, and then I saw that, and then I heard all the mariachi music while I was,
Yeah.
owning it up as Echo. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, not sure if you got the right culture on that one. Ooh.
I mean, I feel like Bandito Fiddlesticks would have been a little bit better for that mariachi.
You're probably right. That would have been the greatest thematic music. I feel like I want to buy Bandito Fiddlesticks and see playing mariachi music while playing Bandito makes me like way better at playing Fiddlesticks.
Let's get the music skin synergy going and
I feel like it
see
would
if
work.
it like unlocks hidden power.
Yeah. But right now Noble 5's actually about 4,000 gold on Club Penguin right now. It's looking increasingly like Maye might actually be able to get Udyr's first win.
He tried last game, but fell a little short.
Yeah. I mean, he's 1-5 again this game, but yeah, God bless solo lanes, dude. You know what I really cannot wait for, though, is going to be this game between Biscuit Force 5 and Landon the Old Guys. We're now less than a minute away from our spectator loading screen, so Lord have mercy, this delay has been something fierce.
Yeah, and good old retail and client issues. But I mean, I've heard things that there's supposedly a beta client out there that they're gonna release, but even it's having problems.
Of course it is.
But I'm kind of excited to watch this Tarek jungle in person. Wasn't a huge surprise to me when he played it last week, because when I'm on my other account and I have a limited amount of champions, Tarek jungle is actually kind of fun to play because his passive just goes so well, and you can just spam spells and get that auto attack passive from his kit there, and just whittle down camps like nothing, and just heal yourself up while doing it. And then for him to pull it out in PMA LCS and for him to absolutely pop off was crazy. We'll see if it will work again here.
Yeah, bewilderingly, it's just such a feels good pick in terms of like you just straight up bopping those camps and rotating your spells in and out. It's kind of viscerally satisfying, if you will. But yeah, thank God we're finally on loading screen.
And nothing weird here in terms of summon runes.
Yeah, no, this is pretty much what we're used to seeing from most picks. You know,
I mean, maybe not the Glacial and Taric.
oh, wait, that's a little interesting. I don't know what else you can do.
Personally, when
with
I do
Willow.
Taric jungle, I usually do Fleet just because it gives you even more sustain without having to have a blue buff.
Yeah, it seems pretty nice.
Or you can do Predator and like cheese people with it, but
But Noble 5 actually got the ace. I think they were running it. I think they were running it down. I think that's Udir's first win, dude. We got a PogChap in chat. It's likely gonna be Udir's first win in PMA LCS, boys. All right, we're actually gonna get into this game now, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause at 10.
okay, I'll do that as well. Okay, I'm paused at 10.
I am as well. And all right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, you know, getting into game here, what are you expecting to see in these level 1 shenanigans coming out here?
Honestly, don't think there's gonna be much of anything. Neither team has a super great level 1, so there's lots of CC to be thrown around. Someone could get caught, but it just kind of falls into one of those like everyone's level 1 team fights, and all you're gonna end up doing is just blowing summoner spells all over the place and hoping that someone dies. So it's just better off for both teams not to do anything here.
Yeah, that's true. You know, the Morgana level 1, especially with Leona could drop the Zenith Blade level 1 instead of the Q, and then all of a sudden that gets scary with the Taric follow-up, but, you know, probably best just to stray away from that Nautilus hook. That's not something you want to mess with. So I would argue that both teams actually have pretty decent enough level 1s to scare both of them into not wanting to trade fights onto them. And it seems that they're both choosing to 5-point. Hey, they fight. Both these teams already 5-pointing better than L69 SD did the entire season. They say Melody Bracket was supposed to be the lower one.
I don't see anything.
Sometimes the brains are just too big in the harmony bracket.
Yeah, honestly, we're going for the 2,000 million bajillion triple IQ over here, dude. That's all there is to it. And Slugga and Happy by 3 actually both going to start at their blue buff, so expecting to see some trade ganks on opposite sides of the map. And Slugga, the win and special. I see that snowball rolling down. Wait, where is this man headed?
Is he going to take the red buff?
He's actually going straight for the red buff. That's a very unusual choice. I wonder if he's watched VODs and Happy by 3 started like a crap ton of blues this season or something, because I don't even know if they had information on where Happy by 3 was starting, so I think that's just a straight up guess. Now, oh, flash forward in the bot lane, Torpedo gonna get stunned up, flashing out though. All in all, it's gonna be, you know, Flash and Torpedo traded for the both sums on Biscuit Hat, and okay. See the Sivir Flash, I see you.
I can see what he was going for there, but doesn't really do. Boomerang Blade does not do that much damage early on.
Yeah, and Nunu having a look-see in mid. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because like any champion with a lot of hard CC, like any ability that's a linear skill shot that's hard CC, Nunu just can't gank away, and he comes in with the snowball, and that's pretty much almost always his gank setup, right? And the Morgana just chucks the binding at him. It's gonna stop the snowball every single time.
Yeah, and one thing going back to talking about Slash and guessing on that red buff take, from subbing with his team last week, he does go back and watch VODs after each game, so it is possible that he did notice this. Or, I mean, you look at it, what's a Taric gonna do to a Nunu if you run into him there? The only thing is like how fast the bot lane gonna rotate or mid lane rotate. But to me, it would be a really safe invade, even if you didn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
But
another important timer to look at is Slugga is the first jungler to make it to his Krug camp, which talked multiple times about how important Krug experience is.
Happy by 3 just realized he has no red buff.
Oh, you hate to see it. And that guy, if you're actually going in on Necker Guy in the top lane, the snowball's running down the lane pretty fast. Necker Guy's doing his best to get away. Guy Fieri is just running straight at him. The snowball actually barely going to miss. Necker Guy, well, he was pretty swift. They don't call him a Swift Scout for nothing. Able to actually just walk straight out of that one.
And I know I didn't really get a chance to like talk about it since I wasn't in here. Rob here, trying to take that scuttle.
Yeah, thank God for the smite from Slugga though, and Slugga actually just gonna start slapping that Morgana up. That's red buff Nunu, and with no binding, it's not really something she can mess with. And Slugga making his presence felt across the map. Maybe hasn't gotten any kills yet, but there's been a lot of pressure, and he's dropped a lot of damage in the mid lane. It's gonna be helpful. Meanwhile, in the bot lane though, Fleeing Panda's caught up, and he's gonna be dropped pretty low here. Doing pretty fine though, Biscuit Hat and Juice Man not gonna be able to find the kill. Ignite Summoner down from earlier, just gonna come back up, but the good news is they are able to force that bot lane back, and the Torpedoes right now pretty far down on CS already to start this lane up. So we'll have to see what comes of that bot lane difference later in this match.
Yeah, and I think Malzahar's a quicker spike than Sivir definitely would, but if you get too far behind in that CS, Sivir is going to spike faster, and the last thing you want is a Morgana, Taric, Leona like combo just running at you with all that damage from a Sivir behind it.
Yeah, that's pretty true, and Ganwian actually caught out here a bit in the mid lane. Gonna flash out of that one just fine though. It's good roam from Biscuit Hat to visit that mid lane.
Yeah, Slugga just showing up, or Slugga just showing up pretty much everywhere that Happy by 3 has been so far, or even being early.
Oh, the all-in comes out. The slam bam, thank you, ma'am. The first blood from Guy Fieri coming out there. Checking an entire outhouse or whatever on... What on earth does Dino Gnar actually throw? Do we know?
It's Big Ben, I think.
The Big Ben? I thought that was Gentleman Gnar. I thought Gentleman Gnar throws Big Ben.
Oh.
Yeah, Dino Gnar throws this weirdly shaped outhouse thing? I don't know what it is. Does anyone in chat know what Dino Gnar throws when he's in Mega form?
I think I just thought Big Ben because on his splash he's destroying a city. He kind of looks like a Stitch there destroying the model of Honolulu.
Oh yeah! Man, what a classic movie, dude. Shout out to Lilo and Stitch. I actually have such fond memories of that movie from growing up.
Yeah, I remember everyone in my school was always trying to sound like Stitch.
But according to some people, I have a really good Stitch impersonation. I'm not gonna do it live though. It's kinda weird. Yeah. Anyway, Juice Man and Biscuit Hat both taking the backs in the bot lane. And
Torpedo's caught up on farm.
yeah, he's within 10 now. That's a pretty decent spot to be in. And he's going to get the wave shoved in, too. Juice Man's actually going to miss that cannon. And Juice Man's back on the Torpedo's back on the Lost Chapter. Guy Fieri goes Mega. It's a cute little stun on the Necro guy there. And, yeah, Guy Fieri's got a commanding lead in this top lane and killing some farm. But Rob's getting caught out in this mid lane here. Stunned up, CC'd up. Fleeing Panda gets the kill on the roam. And that's going to mean an early Ocean Drake for the side of Landon and the old guys. Ocean Drake going to go down there as I believe Slugga was already soloing that drag up when they actually got the pick on Rob.
It wasn't being solid. It was both bot laners were there as well. They had made that decision to go there, so that was just... I don't know if they knew it was happening, but if Rob was going to check it, that was definitely a bad time, not knowing where those bot laners had gone to.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. And, you know, if there's one criticism that you can probably level at Rob from the split, it has been his tendency to get caught out at times. And, you know, situations like that make it very rough sometimes. But what's really nice is his heads-up playmaking too. So, you know, sometimes it gets the better of him, but other times
Good flash by Necro.
you know, carry Biscuit Force 5. So, yeah. Necro guy actually able to get out of that one. Meganar going to have that ult cool down for a long time, but Necro guy's still pretty low in this top lane. So, you know, Guy Fieri's got a pretty commanding lead in this top lane still right now. Still up on farm, just barely. That's a completely winnable deficit if you're Necro guy. But also with the kill and the Spectre's kill means that team is really not going to be doing much damage. And happy by 3, visiting top, but Boomerang gonna stuff the engage.
Yeah, I look at Slash should actually put up some more pressure up here on top. Like, Necker Guy, when he's not on Renekton or Kled, is not as good as he is on those two champions, but he's still not a bad laner, top laner by any means. But when you 5-ban him, I mean, you're going to be looking pretty far down his pool.
You 5-ban, I'll be honest, you 5-ban anyone in Melody League and all of a sudden champion duels can suddenly become a scary issue. And you can 5-ban a lot of people, you know, in Harmony League too, and that still flies. But the flash, absolute zero comes out. Great Cosmic Radiance though, gonna stop that fight from going any further than it should. And now Rob is on the Slugga Slash. The Slugga Slash is actually gonna get taken down in that jungle there. You know, that engage going a little bit awry there for landing the old guys. Guy Fieri, though, he's looking for the hero play. That Teemo Blind's going to stop those autos, though. Getting dragged into bot lane here as well, where there's some more trading going on. Biscuit Hat going in on Torpedo, dropping the combo. Here comes the flash out. And the suppression, the Nevergrass combo in tandem with the Nautilus ult. Biscuit Hat's still barely going to live for that one, and Guy Fieri is still off on his solo killing mission in the top lane. Gonna find the kill on a happy by 3 in that long extended chase. That guy's already in top lane.
Yeah, that was a really, really long chase between Gnar and Rob there, and happy by 3 as well. Like, he was tired at the beginning of that. Gnar was tired, couldn't gain up any of the fury that he was trying to, and by the end of that, he was almost mega again. So that just goes to show how long that was.
Panda sitting in the bush waiting for his opportunity. He's found it. Nautilus Hook comes in, but that way also has Aftershock up, and Torpedo is not in the right spot to be able to put out the damage. And the spot lane from Biscuit Force 5 now clinging on to that tenuous lead that they put on earlier. And, you know, Torpedo is caught up, but it's basically in the same place it was last time we visited. Oh no, Robin forced to burn the flash actually in the mid lane. Great stopwatch coming out to save him. Again, we're looking for the snipe. Not gonna find it though. Guy Fieri continuing to establish his dominance in this top lane as well.
Showing he's the superior Yordle, even though he's a little bit older. And whiffs the ult there.
Good effort. That's gonna be Necro Guy's cue to go in though, especially his red buff Teemo. He's going to be able to do a decent amount of damage to this Gnar, and I believe the red buff burns for, I think it's true damage, so... Oh no, he just lost double buff, so it doesn't matter, but the red buff burns for true damage there, so, you know, negating a bit of that Spectre's Cal in that situation that would normally give Guy Fieri the trading advantage, and as well, having no Gnar ult would have made that even more difficult, but, you know, thank God, double buffs no longer on the team. Otherwise, that could have been a bit of a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, which I was about to say what kind of penetration item he goes for here.
And they're actually going for another all-in down on the bot lane, but Slugga Slash is here. That's going to keep Biscuit Hat suppressed up by the Torpedo. The Absolute Zero comes out. Biscuit Hat taking it extremely low. He's going to get popped by Slugga Slash. Slugga running away as fast as he can. The Cosmic Radiance comes out, teleports in the back right here. Blink Panda stuffing this engage, and there's just not enough damage from the side of Biscuit Force 5 to be able to secure any of these kills. Rob, though, he's on the roam. He's on the prowl. Can he find any of them? The Soul Sackles is good. The Dark Binding is good. Torpedo's going to go down to Juice Man.
Yeah, very good roams there by both the top laner and Happy by 3 getting absolutely melted by Ganween over the wall there, trying to take out a pink ward.
That was cute.
Yeah, that was a very good TP by Guy Fieri. Does not save the torpedo from the Wrath of Rob, though. Yeah, stop the whole engage from Happy by 3 using the Cosmic Radiance. And seeing some nice brotherly banter in the chat.
Yeah, the brotherly banter. I mean, it wouldn't be a PMALCS without brotherly banter. We are all brothers here, after all. Honestly, brotherly banter's been something that I've always, I was starting to miss throughout, towards the end of last season.
Yeah, I mean, we even saw some mastery flashes when Guy Fieri missed that Gnar ult up in the top lane, and Necro, I think, has been doing some dabbing penguins every once in a while, and Guy Fieri actually building straight into Adaptive Helm.
And I would actually love to see Necroguy try and trade a little bit more when he drops the blind on Guy Fieri. That's really his opportunity. Especially when he gets some minions there, he can actually start to hang out in the minion wave, avoid the Gnar boomerangs, and then that'll actually allow him to start pushing the Gnar out of lane. However, the Gnar got for the very safe Adaptive Helm first in lane. Means it's going to be hard to kill Necroguy. That's a great stun coming out from Guy Fieri, but unfortunately, you go Adaptive Helm first. That's not exactly the most helpful thing when you try and all-in the teemo from full health. Speaking of all-ins, though, Juice Man's also brought extremely low here, doing his best to run away from Fling Pan Torpedo in the bot lane. It's just so much crowd control that they have with this Nautilus Mouse hard combo, but just not enough damage to finalize any of these kills. Like you said, Juice Man's extremely low there, just chilling in the bot lane.
It's like a Slash is here now.
Yep. Interesting to see if they can set up this dive, but,
And you got Rob right behind him, so...
Yeah, Rob's Bloodhound Sniffer is active. He's got the Bloodhound Sniffer on the roams. Biscuit Hat, though, gonna drop the Solar Flare on the Torpedo, gonna force the flash out. Rob's here once again, fleeing Panda, likely to get brought down here. Kills traded away as Rob gonna get the kill on the Torpedo. Juice Man also going down. Saga Slash is found. Biscuit Hat, too. So far, it's a 2-for-1 in favor of Landon the Old Guys. And Rob also going to go down to Fleeing Panda. Ganween finally answering on the roam there after taking out first turret mid as well. Is going to get them a 3-4-1 on the side of Landon and the Old Guys.
Yeah, very big rooms there from both Saga Slash and Rob. Not actually showing up until the other two decided, hey, our third guy is here, let's fight this. And not knowing the other third guy is here. And then all of a sudden realizing, oh wait, this is actually just a big old 3v3, and I don't think, did they go even on that?
It was a 3-for-1 in favor of Landon and the Old Guys. Overall.
Okay, yeah, because Juice Man and Biscuit Hat were pretty low.
Yeah, it's the classic, classic thing. Another flash all in for Guy Fieri in the top lane. The blinds come out. That's going to save Necroguy for the time being. And again, that Adaptive Helm, not only Guy Fieri to do that much damage, is, however, keeping him pretty healthy overall.
Yeah, this doesn't quite have the damage having to go Adaptive Helm first, but it also keeps Teemo from doing damage to you. So kind of just a big old stalemate up top, and we don't see Teemo like traditionally as one of those big beefy wet noodle fight tanks, but that's basically what it's coming down to up here, because we see flashes all over the place, we see ultimates all over the place, and just no one losing much health. They're supposed to back off and say, okay, I'm gonna go shop now.
So the Leandry is not necessarily something you normally see first on Teemo, and I was actually sleeping on it until I realized how this top lane was kind of playing out. What I actually really like about the Leandry's pick in this scenario is, it gives him the extra health to survive the all-in from the side of Gnar, and also the Leandry's itself is going to allow Teemo to do more damage, specifically when the Gnar slows himself on the shrooms. And probably the time where Gnar's most likely to hit the shrooms is when Teemo throws down a shroom when he tries to all-in him, right? So, typically Teemo isn't used to getting a lot out of Leandry's unless people start walking into a shroom, so it wouldn't be considered a good first item. But in this scenario, combine, the health with the ability to do more damage on the streams during all ends. with just the way the lane plays out in general, I actually think it's kind of working out well for him.
Yeah, he's working on it now well. You see Guy Fieri with the Phage now, and so not a whole bunch of attack damage, but he does have that passive. Here he comes in again.
Yep, another Gnar ultimate. I feel like we've seen this before. At this point, just throwing him out on rotation just to keep the team OO. And, you know, another thing I actually slept on with the Leandry's passive was the more damage you deal for being in a fight longer. And, you know, Teemo versus Gnar not exactly known for wet noodle fights, but that's how it's playing out right now. So, yet another advantage towards the Leandrys.
Yeah, and I imagine Guy Fieri here is going for a Black Cleaver next. It's going to be interesting to see what Necro Guy decides to do with that dagger.
Good hook from Fleet Panda in the bot lane. That's some damage coming out. And both junglers actually here on the gank. Oh, Rob flashing forward into Ganwian. Ooh, actually going to find the solo kill there. Good job to Rob. Actually really scared for him in the face of that disintegration rate to start out with. But that was a great flash over, you know, the tectonic disruption. And ultimately allowing him to pick up the kill after he finally gets out of the disintegration ray.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Rob's played a whole bunch of Vel'Koz, but I imagine he's got some experience with it and knows that it's very hard to turn that Lifeform disintegration ray that quickly, and just being able to flash on the other side of it, also flashing that tectonic disruption.
Yeah, pretty nice spot to be in, and some mechanical prowess coming out from Rob. You know, the roams and the mechanics are probably the two most heads-up things in Rob's gameplay, for being honest, and both of them coming to fruition this game. And earlier, you know, we talked about, you know, the classic setup. You know, your mid laner gets the roam, then you're like, oh yeah, we got the roam advantage, we'll be fine. And then you overstay, and then it turns into a 3v3 because the other mid laner, despite getting out roamed, has the tide to answer, and you still force the fight. And it just doesn't go well for you. Okay,
Speaking of Rob and roaming.
yeah, making his presence known topside, and that's actually going to be key to help ensure that turret doesn't get any lower than it already is. And stopping Land from the old guys from taking a lot of turrets around the map is pretty big priority on the side of you know, the side of Biscuit Force 5 right now. Currently down around 4k gold and 2 dragons. Next drink coming up, going to be a third ocean. If you're Vel'Koz Malzahar, that's exactly what you want to see. Oh, Biscuit Hat going to be forced to flash out there. And, you know...
Yeah, I think he got a little spooked there, thinking he might get Nether Grasp, but
yeah,
if I were the torpedo, I wouldn't spend it on a Leona. But nonetheless, did flash out just in case.
I probably wouldn't either. And another thing to factor in is when Leona drops the Eclipse, right, gets that magic resist and that extra magic resistant armor. So it comes in clutch for helping survive those situations. And the Malzahar are only sitting on the Ludens at this point. So, you know, Ludens used for bursts and does a lot of damage to squishy targets, right? But when Leona gets the armor being dropped from the Eclipse, that's going to allow her to sustain that Nether Grasp far longer. But Happy by 3, though, going to get jumped on here. The Cosmic Radiance comes out. Absolute Zero is going to get dropped, holding it after the Radiance, but actually, the Radiant's going to survive through. Happy by 3 doing his best to run away here. Slonga and Fleeting Panda running him down. Can Lateric escape? He cannot. Fleeting Panda is on a killing spree here. Rob found a 3-man Soul Shackles back here, though. He's on the Torpedo again. That's going to be the kill going over to Rob. Now Biscuit Hat going forward. Nato's going to get taken down as well. In addition to Biscuit Hat, still a 2 for 2 overall, as this is one slobber knocker of a fight. And, now looking for the re-engage on the side of Biscuit Force 5, but not going to find anything. They're backing out as Landon the old guy is going to get the top turret, though, while Guy Fieri is split pushing. And, you know, a 2 for 2 in a 4v5 plus an Ocean Drake? I'm liking it if I'm Landon the old guys.
Yeah, now it looks like you got Teemo here on the wrong side of a Nunu.
Yeah, thank God he can item. And that Nunu brought extremely low there. Surprised Necro Guy didn't go for that. I would have loved to see some balls coming out. Yeah. Oh man, Rob's back at it again with some top lane action here. Guy Fieri, though, filling up his rage mark. Gonna go Mega Gnar here. Juice Man and Rob on the chase, though. Let's see if Guy Fieri can make it away. Gonna flash that binding there. Ooh, Necro Guy's caught on the wrong side of that one. Great flash, though. he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and if you're ever trying to decide when you're facing the team of should I get adaptive or should I get spirit visage, look at what happened to Slasha there when Necro turned on him. That's the difference, because other than the Black Cleaver, which Guy Fieri just backed and bought, they were basically on the same items. And we saw what was happening top lane with just an adaptive helm, so...
Yeah, you could also argue
Yeah.
that adaptive helm would probably be the cleaner option against the Morgana too. It's really helps them sustain against the pool. That being said, you know, we'll look at these statistical differences here. Spirit Visage does get you 100 more health and increases the healing by 30%. So, you know, if I'm Nunu, I'm kind of liking the trade, even though it makes me slightly more weak than Teemo, is you get more health and you can use the Consume to sustain yourself through fights better with the Spirit Visage. And there's nothing that stops him from also picking up an adaptive helm after the said Spirit Visage, but I would most likely go with something that involves armor before then, and then, well, you gotta have a Warmogs at some point, so maybe looking at a late game purchase there for an adaptive helm if I'm Nunu.
Yeah, Nunu's just gotta realize that, you know, next time he sees a Teemo, he can't just tank it just like Guy Fieri does, because that Teemo does do damage, despite what we've been seeing all game.
General Dill saying, did we ever figure out what Mega Dynamite throws? Because I'm pretty sure it's a giant alphabet block. You know, I actually haven't been keeping an eye on that. I think the next time he goes Mega, we need to try and look at it and decide for sure.
It's hard to tell because when he throws it, it's the top of it's cracked, and it's like partly in the ground when it's sitting there.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it makes it kind of difficult to see.
If it's a giant alphabet block, that would actually make sense with the theme of the skin, because, you know, you talk about like the Lilo and Stitch thing. It's kind of like that. Like Dynar's going on a rampage, but it's actually just like a children's playset. So if we throw a giant alphabet block, that actually makes a lot of sense. On a hard pop by OG Juice Man there. I don't know, buddy. You know, like, I'll be honest. Like, I've sneezed so hard I've accidentally used ult before. Maybe. You know, it's allergy season, you know. I'll give them the benefit
I mean,
of the doubt.
it is what, 12:18 Eastern time right now, so I mean, maybe getting a little tired there and just
Yeah, fatigue's high on this
I don't
one.
know, a little twitch or something.
No,
I push that R button.
King Panda. Not where you want to be, buddy, is one beefy Aftershock Nato, so he's just gonna be fine. Raw popping Soul Shackles and Zanya's under turret, though, against Slasha. Probably expected the dive coming in there, but that's actually going to allow him to get out. And Guy Fieri, though, a great teleport behind them right now. And Juice Man, Biscuit Hat happy by 3. Trio's going to be caught out. Great Gnar, all to force them back in there. Cosmic Radiance has popped. The Nether Grass popped on Happy by 3 as well. Happy by 3 going to be the sacrificial lamb, though. Allowing something to teammates to escape. Going to get mobbed down there. And before anything happens, let me see that. Oh no, I lost the Mega Gnar block. Never mind. Oh, Slasha found Biscuit Hat on the backside though, and this Nunu's now caught between 3 of them, but he absolutely just doesn't care. He's into the turret right now. I think he cares now, actually. He's probably bit off a little bit more than he can chew. That's the shutdown going over to Rob there. Link Panda though under turret with the Nautilus hook. They've taken down the turret. Guy Fieri's taken down Biscuit Hat's Leona as well. You know, this game started off a little bit rough, and my Biscuit Force 5 right now, it's slowly but surely progressing to being a lot rough. I don't know what's going on under this turret, though.
I will say,
Juice
though,
Man's found Blink Panda. Torpedo, though, has found Juice Man. Guy Fieri running out. That Gnar ult not going to matter much against Black Shields. Rob finds the shutdown on the Guy Fieri. It's a 500 gold shutdown, so an 800 gold worth of money going on to Rob there. It's now sitting 5-2 and 4 on this Morgana so far. Probably the saving grace right now for Biscuit Force 5.
Yeah, Necro Guy actually is doing surprising amounts of damage when he's not facing someone named Guy Fieri. When he gets in those team fights, like even just autoing people, he's dealing ridiculous amounts. Of course, he's mainly autoing Fleeing Panda, and the last one who only has armor, but...
Yeah, as the Leander's Nashers, and that's really helping him out. But Necro Guy actually going to get caught out here on the side of Ganwheel and Saga Slash, though. Biscuit Hat, though, stopping that Vel'Koz onslaught for now, and now Slugga and Ganwi, and they have the man disadvantage, gonna have to back out. Necro Guy surviving that one just barely, and landing the old guys, maybe fancying a dragon. I'm not sure about this. Yep, Slugga still sitting on the dragon. Rob, though, is waiting in the bush. He's found the snare. TOP comes out. It's like we're still dancing around this dragon. Anything could happen. That's a great nether grasp from the torpedo. They found Rob. That's the shutdown going over to Ganwi, and that's going to be a Mountain Drake. Most likely coming out for landing the old guys here.
Yeah, and 2 ults burned there trying to save Rob. I think they could have probably realized, hey, you know, he's in the nether grass. Just leave him. Don't waste our ults there, but we'll have to see if that affects some of the next upcoming fights that he use. I believe it's On the Hunt is what Sivers is.
Yep.
And then the Cosmic Radiance from Tarek.
Yeah, and
Guy Fury split pushing bot again.
Slugga is saying hi to those jungle camps, and it's the new special, but another fight breaking out in the jungle. Here the solar flare comes down. It's going to be some bad damage, though, coming out from Ganwian as he goes on a killing spree. Biscuit actively towards the fall. Necro Guy going to fall as well, fleeing Panda with the kill. It's going to be a quick 2-4-0 for landing the old guys right now. They're looking for more. Slugga has found the biggest snowball ever on the Juice Man, but they're going to back off, not fancying continue that fight. And Baron definitely an option if you land on the old guys right now, because you have the Nunu, but also not having the DPS of an 80 carry is going to be rough. That being said, you do have Vel'Koz, you do have the Mountain Drake. This is likely going to be a little bit faster of a Baron than you would expect from a comp like this. Rob's here on the contest, so let's see. Great binding onto Ganwian here, but they found the CC combo. Rob's going to go down. And land the old guys are going to turn straight back onto this Baron.
Yeah, that should be a pretty easy Baron for landing the old guys, but Tarek is on his way along with Biscuit Hat.
Solar Flare comes out, they fancy the contest. The flash forward is not going to get the steal by Happy by 3. And Rob's still down, but unfortunately, so the fight's continuing here. The turn comes out from landing the old guys. They have the man advantage. They have the gold advantage. They have the health bar advantage right now, as everyone just steadily dropping on the side of Biscuit Force 5 right now. Necro Guy doing his best to contain the Baron empowered split push from Guy Fieri in the bottom lane, but this is looking rather rough right now for Biscuit Force 5.
Yeah, Rob's coming up, but this is easily at least 1 inhib, if not 2.
Yeah, that's middle inhib at least. And Guy Fieri hammering down that bottom turret. They're likely going to be building for at least something more than just the inhib here. They're on the Nexus turrets, though. It's still 8 seconds on Juice Man and 13 on Happy by 3 right now. They got a bot turret as well. Great flash out from Ganwian. Answer the flash forward from Biscuit Hat. That's going to be a triple inhib coming out from landing the old guys right now. And not fancying pushing this further. You got 3 inhibs. Backing is the safe option.
Yeah, no reason to throw away your Baron buff you just got. Just go ahead and back. Use the money that you just got from getting all 3 of those inhibs. Get some of your last items and make one last push to end it.
Yeah, and that 5k gold lead that was just on there about 5 minutes ago is skyrocketed up to around a 12.5k gold lead. This is just honestly a massive disadvantage that Biscuit Force 5 going to have to work against here. They're down farm in all 3 lanes. That being said, Torpedo's kind of even in farm, so they have. That's about the only thing that's going well. It's about the only thing that Biscuit Force 5 have in terms of lanes right now. This game means now equal kills with Rob. He's up 40 farm. Guy Fieri's up 45 farm on the top lane. He's up 3 kills. Honestly, it's probably going to be a matter of time here, but we'll see if Biscuit Force 5 can find the miracle fight.
Yeah, and just noticed that OG Juice Man decided to go with a rapid fire second item after his
Big soul seconds from Rob. The flash forward starts, and the Zanya's going to get mowed down, though, by the Land on the Old Guys backline. Slug and Slush is on a killing spree. That's a great solar flare. The Cosmic Radiance blocking so much damage as well, but they just do not have the damage to finish it. Land on the Old Guys running forward. They found 3. They found 4. They found 5. It's going to be the clean ace. And Land on the Old Guys is going to be able to secure this game, too, over Biscuit Force 5.
Yeah, I think the lead was just too great for Biscuit Force 5 at that point, and just not having the items they need to take any kind of team fight, and that's exactly what Landon and the Old Guys want to do, is just team fight. They got their team fight and gave them the victory after getting all 3 of those inhibs on that first push.
So, you know, if you're on equal gold, that hero play from Rob, he's likely going down in that scenario no matter what's going on. If you're even gold, though, that would have worked. It's just like
even
you said.
the solar flare.
Yeah,
the solar flare was huge too, but you just didn't have the damage to back it up.
Yeah, two massive game changers there. But despite how relatively clean that was, the gold differential's so big, there's nothing they can do. And on that note, that is going to be a 1-1 for Biscuit Force 5 versus Landon and the Old Guys, which means Landon and the Old Guys are going to hold on to that playoffs bye and that second place seed going into playoffs. And with that, I believe Biscuit Force 5 finishes third at 5-5 currently on the season.
Yeah, and I didn't see much of the first game, but definitely you could tell these teams were fighting hard to try and get that playoff bye. And that's why I was so interested in watching this. And not that N5 and Pengu is a bad match or anything like that, but this one was definitely for a lot more. And it showed there was lots of fights, there was lots of roams. And yeah, just overall a really good game. And hey, Ganwian won a game that wasn't on Malphite.
Yes, true. And,
I don't know what he played in the first game, but
yeah, we will be having a straw poll out momentarily, guys. Don't go anywhere. So, with the straw poll being brought up, that means it's probably time to talk about MVPs. Who are you looking at for this game, too?
So for me, it's between Guy Fieri and Ganwian. Ganwian just always being there for the team fights, just putting out that massive amount of AoE damage coming out from a Vel'Koz. Guy Fieri, though, having very clutch teleports, knowing the champion very well. It's what his one trick used to be. Now he's a little bit more versed, but knowing that, hey, I need to build my rage up before I teleport, and that way I can teleport instantly, go mega, and just start a team fight or do whatever I need to do right off the bat and not have to worry about autoing or anything like that. So looking at those two, if I had to pick, it's Guy Fieri for me, just because there was no way that anyone was going to kill him. I mean, he was at 5 items by the end of that, and just Teemo had absolutely no way to deal with him.
Pretty much. The Phantom Dancer, interesting choice, but honestly at that point it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I mean, it's either Phantom Dancer if you want to shield. It's either Phantom Dancer or you go for the Hex Drinker. But do you really need more MR after an adaptive?
That's true, but
I mean, attack speed is nice on Gnar.
I'd say the damage is very nice on Gnar.
And move speed.
Yeah, the move speed probably the most helpful part there, honestly. I think pound for pound, the Hex Drinker is almost always better. Because the shield does come in handy. If Phantom Dancer Gnar is pretty fun, I'll give Eric that.
I mean, he was 6-1. He can do what he wants at that point.
Accurate.
But who would be your choice for MVP then?
I think it's also between Ganwian and Guy Fieri. For basically exactly the reasons you stated. Guy Fieri, always up in the top lane matchup. That was probably the matchup that they had the most advantage in going forth into the mid game, and that was one of the advantages that snowballed pretty hard. Honestly, I gotta say though, Ganwian, right place at the right time. It's kind of hard to counteract the Morgana wave shoving, but luckily for him, he managed to get first turret, and in addition to that, he was bot lane answering on Rob's roams a fairly decent amount. That being said, I have to give credit where credit is due. They did overextend a little bit on the fights they took off of Rob's roams, which then allowed Ganwian to actually have a chance of doing things when he responded. But you got to give the hats off to the guy for being there.
He still reacted properly to those overextendings, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, is like everyone can say, oh, well, this happened, that's why he was allowed to do it. But it still takes someone to pull that trigger and say, okay, they just did this, I need to do this. I wouldn't be mad also if someone said Slaga Slasha. I mean, I still think it's between Guy Fieri and Ganwin, but I could see why someone would say, hey, Slaga Slasha was in there. He was constantly, diving turrets, trying to get some of these team fights off and trying to just basically just be a tank in the middle and just being a nuisance in the middle of the team fights so that Ganwin and the rest of them could do the damage they need to get done.
That's true. And, honestly, I wouldn't have a problem with anyone being mentioned. Because, even Torpedo, you dealt the second most damage on his team, and you also had super high kill participation, And then other grasps, complain, let's point and click suppress all you want. The guy was there when it counted. So, honestly, I think it really was a team effort from Landon and the old guys. And right now, we have only 4 votes on this poll. We actually only have 4 votes. I'm dropping this again in chat. Go vote, please, guys. I see 10 viewers in here. We can do better than 4 votes. If we can't get any more, if it was close, I'd wait a little bit and then I'd call it. But 4 votes, I won't be satisfied with that.
I would drop it, either send it to me or drop it again real quick so I can vote, because I didn't have stream open. Because I don't have 2 monitors and didn't want to have to mute a stream.
Yeah. We're up to 5 total votes and we're still tied. Guy Fieri and Ganwian, 2 votes each. Gonna drop the straw poll one last time, and chat saying Rob MVP game 1 for clarity. So if we have to give someone an MVP for Rob. I mean, we have to give someone an MVP for game 1, even though it wasn't streamed. I guess we could. So apparently the torpedo vote's actually for Guy Fieri in the poll, which means Guy Fieri currently has the lead 3-2. And from what chat seems to be saying, seems the teams have agreed on Rob being MVP game 1, so we'll just go ahead and input that real quick, and we'll go on record as saying Rob's MVP game 1, even though we have no footage from that. In game 2, I'll give you guys around 30 more seconds to change the results of this poll, but right now Guy Fieri at 4-2 over Ganwin. And, honestly, with that last vote, we have 10 people. I'll honestly just call it there. Guy Fieri is going to be your Game 2 MVP. So, congratulations to Rob and Guy Fieri, going to be your series MVPs. So, that being said, can we please have both Rob and Guy Fieri come to the Casters 2 channel, and we're going to do some interviews.
I doubt you're going to get Rob because he probably went to bed.
Okay, fair.
I was going to say, if anyone doesn't want to come because they're tired and it's late, that's fine.
Yeah, it's actually 11:37 Central right now, so that's gross.
Yeah. And we had the fun of all sorts of issues, so it got pushed back and back and back. So I don't blame Rob for calling it a night.
It makes a lot of sense, but anyway, congratulations on 1-1 with that win. That locks Landon and the old guys. I need to change the score, actually. Why did I? Yeah, I'm
I think it's
looking-
because the last time you streamed us, we did 2-0, but you just didn't change that part of it.
Probably. But anyway, so congratulations on the 1-1. Obviously not the 2-0, but that means
Yeah.
that still means you locked down second. So no, that's great
Right.
for playoffs.
Well, and we didn't have a chance to get first seed. I told the team, I said, just win one and we're there. We got the bye, yay. So
Hey, that's
no,
what
we
it
did that.
is.
We did it in you didn't see game one, but I think you can sum it up with Eric on Draven lol. It did.
That actually
We had
happened.
It actually happened. I played Draven, and it was interesting.
Mistakes are made, dude. That's
Also,
Yeah.
real quick to interrupt you guys, since I saw in chat Necro said that everyone from his team had to go to bed except for him. How about Necro gets in here so that way we have a representative from their team as well?
Yeah, let's talk about that riveting lane of Gnar versus Teemo when both of them are running a sustained keystone. Yes.
oh man.
He needs to be moved
Oh, it
in.
says he doesn't have proof.
Let's just go join his channel.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see which channel is this man in right now.
He's in
Oh yeah, he's in
BF5.
All right, I'm going there.
That's cool.
Hey, we did it.
Yeah,
Oh,
crash from
hi-yo.
BF5.
Yay.
Woo. It's good games to both teams tonight. Welcome to
Yeah, no, it was a good series.
I had fun.
how's it
Yeah.
feel being Penta Van game too?
I thought the Pentaban was coming the first game. I mean, I understand. I really think that, going forward, especially into playoffs, teams are going to start throwing a bit more respect towards Rob. Just because I feel like every game he's been very, very important in our team fights, especially those Nico ults have been insane. Pretty much consistently, and his zoning on the Morgana that second game, even though we were too far behind for it to really make a difference, he did have some really good plays on that as well.
Here's the thing about the Pentaban game too. We pretty much went into it knowing we were gonna play Gnar most likely.
Well, that's what I figured,
And
because
I took out a whole bunch of shit matchups for Gnar. So
well, because I was like, normally, when I got banned out the last series as well, they threw like 4 bans my way or something, and I picked Gnar and it went really well.
I'm
And so I was
surprised you
like,
didn't
they're
ban
gonna
the
pick
Gnar.
winner. We thought about it, but we figured we want to make sure that we try to get more advantages on sides of the map that we're going to be able to, get a lead from.
Yeah,
I guess. But yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of feels bad and good at the same time getting banned out. But I feel like I have a deep enough pool that I'm able to at least, be useful. The first game, managed to pull out the Alawi. I think that's the first time I played Alawi in PMA LCS game.
That's for sure.
It went pretty well.
Oh,
So yeah, it went well. So forces me to adapt, overcome. Which is
That's
good.
why I now play more than just Gnar in PMA. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
So, with playoffs looming on the horizon, Lana the old guys getting that bye round 1, and Biscuit Force 5 going to be having, I guess the first seed of the first round teams, right? So going into playoffs, are there any teams that you guys are excited to play against, or perhaps scared to play against?
I think
I don't think
yeah,
we're
that's
scared to play against any teams. I know that sounds kind of cocky, but like we've taken games off of every team, so we know that we can beat any team in the division. And the games that we lose are games that we deviate from our pick fan strat and just totally off the wall and dumb. Like me on Draven. So I think if it's mostly me because I've been doing a lot of the pick fan stuff. But if we just keep focusing in on our strengths and what our best things to play around are, I think we stand a chance against anybody.
What to say? I mean, on our end, I feel pretty similar the same way. Honestly, I feel like this team is kind of the hardest to prep against, just because there's so many flex picks. It's
That's
true,
so
absolutely,
true, though.
because we
That's
sit
so
there
true.
and we were trying to figure out what do we want to ban. How do we try to? And we don't know where you guys are going to go.
Well, that's what Rob said. Who's
So-
going to take me on mid before the first game? And we literally didn't know. It could have been
Right.
any one of 4 people.
So I think that's probably the only thing to be a little concerned about is it's harder to prep for this team. But pretty similar, I feel like all of our losses so far, even the ones that have been, really snowbally, we know what the issue was there. I think there's only one series that we lost both games, and even then, those games, there were things that we knew that if we didn't do this or had a slightly better draft in this way, we can absolutely beat them. I think the talent pool is spread pretty well in this division.
Yeah,
So
no
I don't
team's
think
like
they're-
running away with things. Every
Exactly.
team really does stand a chance against them.
Yeah, so I think it'll be exciting. As long as everybody manages to keep their heads on straight and not tilt off the face of the planet, I think we should have some really good games incoming.
Hell yeah.
I mean, we do know that Biscuit Force 5 is going to be facing Hoagie's Heroes in the first round.
Oh, that's guaranteed? Yeah, okay, I see that.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
understand.
that's on the thing.
So do we may or may not have a tiebreaker actually for
The only tiebreaker in that would be to
believe
decide
that-
who gets to choose game side on the first one for the 4-5 matchup.
Yeah, I think
So,
so.
and I don't know how they're going to do that. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about that anymore because not an admin. So,
Because if I remember properly, if it goes by because I believe it's with Katarina Wine Mixer, correct?
Yeah,
That
it's
we
Labby's
do.
Lusty Lads and
Katarina
It's Labby's
Wine
Lusty
Mixer.
Lads, okay. Because with Katarina, we have the head-to-head. We 2-0'd them. So I believe that's how that resolves that. As far as Labby's, I'm not sure because I'm pretty sure we went one with them that week.
Well, no, the tiebreaker would be between Labby's Lusty Lads.
Oh, between the two of them. Okay,
Yeah,
for the
you
other
got, you're
two.
sitting at 5 and 5.
We
and then-
lost third. Okay.
Well, the thing is, they played earlier tonight, and went 1-1. So,
So even then,
coin flip it.
and
But
I
you
think-
know,
I think there
don't
might
know.
be
That's up to them to
some
decide.
stat they look at for the head-to-head.
Who knows? I'm sure it's all been worked out.
the stat
by
was
the
usually
higher-
the stat at one point. I think it's changed, but I think at one point it was who had the most 2-0 victories, and they had the same. So, like literally everything about them is 100% the same. So, we'll find out.
Yeah. Also, interestingly enough, I'm looking at the results, and because Labby's Lusty Lads versus Katarina Wine Mixer was not streamed, we actually don't.
John said they went 1-1.
It's 1-1 because if you look at their scores, it equals up to 10, which is what it should be at. So the score was put in for the ladder, but not for the recent results. I don't know who was updating it, but
Yeah, I know it was put in the recent results, and they both went 1, 2, and 2, but I'm not quite sure because they could have, that could have easily been there. Although now that I look about it, you could just cross-reference the results with others. And it's like if you see 1 win and 2 losses elsewhere, then they have to be one of the 2 ties. I'm too lazy to do that because, like you said, all it really matters
Hang on,
is who's going to select sides on the 4-5 matchup.
Right.
There's no need to play a tiebreaker. You just decide it with the head-to-head, and then if it's a tie in the head-to-head, I literally almost think both captains would rather flip a coin than play a tiebreaker.
Oh,
Side
absolutely, absolutely.
This seems like a waste of time, but so gonna wrap up this interview shortly here with one final question. You guys been following the end, the last perhaps 2 to 3 weeks of this season at all in the Melody bracket?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
I know that didn't they do a? I streamed one of them, and it was a pretty fun game. But didn't they do a
Nemesis
Ultimate
draft.
Bravery or Nemesis or something today or
I
something?
think that's the Harmony bracket. The upper bracket.
Oh,
Harmony,
you're talking-
I think. Yeah, I'm talking about you
I don't
guys.
know which one's which. I
But
don't know which one's which.
yeah, if you want to talk about the Nemesis, would you guys rather talk about the biggest surprise in you guys' bracket going forward into
All right, yeah, let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Yeah. So my question would be, what do you guys think has been one of the bigger surprises going forward into the latter weeks? Are there any results that surprised you, any that you didn't expect? Any teams that tanked that you didn't expect, or any teams that kind of came out of the woodwork to make that last season push? Let's hear some.
I mean, I've got one right off the top of my head. I'm not someone who's being interviewed, but
Go for it.
for me, Katarina Wine Mixer going from being tied with Saving Private Reckless for first, and then getting 2-0'd by Saving Private Reckless, and then just tanking after that. Not really tanking, but just not not playing very well and going from tied for first all the way down to fifth.
I think part of that with that team is they have a very specific way they were playing, and it was around very specific things for Siren. And so if you can find a way to play around that on your team, it can kind of give you an in and give you a way to combat what they try and do. Because that's one of the things that I've noticed between the two divisions.
Well,
is
and stop banning Nolan because you're not going to ban him out.
No, he's going to play wacky shit like and Quinn mid and stuff like that. But one of the things that I've noticed in the lower division is the players. They're a little bit more predictable across the board. You can usually guess this person's going to be he's going to try and do this, and the teams and the players that I think have really succeeded are the ones who have been able to deviate from that. You've got players like Caleb who very kind of who knows where he'll be. You got somebody like yeah. You got somebody like Landon who why the fuck is Landon in my lane right now? You got it's things like that where it's the unexpected that I think will catch people off guard. Kind of like Rob. Rob just roams constantly, and all of a sudden, oh, there's a Nico in front of me. Like it's things that you wouldn't expect and movements that you wouldn't expect that I think have been the key to our division.
So it seems like the theme we're going with here is, predictability versus unpredictability. Because
yeah, kind of.
It's one of the things that's especially targeted on has been, you get that people are finally figuring out how to draft around Katarina Wine Mixer, and all of a sudden Siren's champion pool is kind of getting a little exposed, and then as well people are picking up on some of Spoot's power picks, and finally especially a couple 2-0s in the beginning of the season coming from people just deciding to have Spoot Twitch, and then people realizing hey, that probably wasn't such a good idea.
We gave it to him one game and we're like, nope, forget that idea.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even matter. Like it's Twitch. You throw even if he.
Well, I think some of that. Well, some of it just comes down to we have a lot of new players who haven't really played with us that much. Spooked, I think, has only played in a small tournament.
He played in season 4 or season 3, one of them.
There was something he did. He was on my team for a quick 2 or 3 week tournament thing we did.
I know he played in at least one full split of LCS as well.
That's true. And also a tricky thing looking at that team has been MF Shadow going top lane. And
yeah, nobody knows what he plays top.
Yeah, if you want to OP.GG, nobody can OP.GG someone.
It's all 80 carries.
Yeah. You'll find one top. You'll find one top laner.
Maybe I got lucky then because I found out it's top 4 top laners he plays, but maybe I just happened to 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so it's not like it was late in the season.
No.
But yeah, he pulled out a top Nico against me. Didn't know he was going to. Had zero information on that pick. I thought it was going mid for Nolan.
See, and that I wouldn't known that. From what I saw when I looked up his OP.GG was Garen, Swain, Mordekaiser, and Urgot.
Yeah.
Basically, Austin's pool.
That sounds pretty accurate.
If you take when he doesn't have a split pusher.
Or the Vladimir.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's been a fun split. I am really glad that we've done this experiment, I guess, in separating the divisions, because I think it's worked really well. There are a lot of players who are in, what's it, Melody and Harmony? Which one's which? I can't ever remember.
Apparently, you guys' bracket is Melody.
So Melody.
Yeah, my bracket's Harmony.
People in our bracket, there's a lot of people there who haven't gotten to play before, or were on a team last split as a sub, or who maybe if they were playing in this split would feel like they're the one just trying not to feed and just kind of getting exploited. But that doesn't happen. The good teams, the teams that are at the top, are at the top because they figured out what strats work for them and they work together as a team, which is the way it should be. And I've been really thankful that we've been able to see that and try it out and see what happens. So.
Yeah, on that note, teamwork does make the dream work. I think that's a great way. I think that's a great way to end off this interview. And so thank you for both teams, coming out to play for us tonight. We appreciate getting to watch the gameplay. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Always fun to cast.
I'm sorry you missed the Guy Fieri Draven.
Oh man, that would have been one for the.
It was
That would have
pretty
been one
great.
for the Bucks, honestly.
It was a lot of fun.
But yeah, so congratulations to both teams. Nothing changes in the standings, but you guys both got pretty good seeds going into playoffs. One you get to bye, and the other gets the 1 seed for the first round. So I'm very excited to see how playoffs play for both you guys' teams. You guys are looking like a couple strong contenders going into playoffs.
Absolutely.
So
I'm feeling
Can't
good
count-
about
can't
it. Yeah,
count-
absolutely.
Definitely can't count them out. They're a good. They're a good team. Even when they were behind that game, they still made the plays to try and not let it happen. So good shit.
Yeah, and so on behalf of the stream team, PMLCS admins, everyone, thank you everyone for coming out tonight, getting to watch this amazing game. And the next time we're going to see you guys is likely going to be Friday. It's going to be this weekend when playoffs, or rather the next weekend that rolls around. This first coming weekend when playoffs start. And we're actually going to be distributing Wendameets, doing it the old-fashioned way, making sure we can space the games out so we can get casters on that. We can get streams moving. Make sure you guys won't miss any of that good old juicy playoffs action. So, see you guys sometime soon.